That's great. I'll be breaking down the chat very very soon. Just trying to share the link on other platforms, then we can start. But I hope everyone else is doing well and we all had a great weekend like I did. Raw Pips, good evening. How are you doing? Raw Pips. This week I need some pips, so I'm looking for raw pips this week. I'm looking for raw pips. Alright, great. Alright, so currently we are 10 people here, 5 minutes into the live, and guys, kindly share the live to your friends, to your family, so that they can also benefit from them, especially if they are traders. Keep tapping on the screen, double tap on your screen so that the algorithm would also recommend my live to other TikTok users as well. Alright, so good evening everyone once again, and I welcome you all to the weekly breakdown analysis where we break down the charts and also have an outlook for the coming week. So basically we are looking out for possible opportunities in the coming week, and we position ourselves and also monitor the economic calendar as well, so we know the danger days, the red folder days, red letter days, orange letter days, and what have you, and also base ourselves for any incoming volatility as well. All right, and we also use this platform to learn. All right, so maybe one or two questions may fly in here and there, and through that I can use that opportunity to teach us something about the market, about forex, about psychology, about managing your emotions, and what have you. All right, so without wasting much time, let's head straight to the economic calendar and have an overview of the fundamentals that we have for the coming week. And we have let me put this right. So as you can see on my screen, we have the Forex Factory. This is the platform where we use to monitor the economic calendar. So if you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box. Continue to double tap on the screen and also share the link so that we would reach out to greater numbers for them to also join. Okay, so on Monday 11th May, we don't really have, and sorry, happy Mother's Day to the mothers in our midst. I really appreciate and celebrate you all. God bless you so much. All right, so on Monday, because I trade only gold, I'll be looking out for, or I would be focused on fundamentals that affect only the US dollar. Okay, and especially red folder and then the orange folder. So Monday we don't really have much to say, so I'll just move on to Tuesday. There's a big news coming up. J-Lamp, I see you. Thank you for joining. Tuesday we have one major news coming up, which is the CPI, or the Consumer Price Index. It's also known as the inflation rate, or it also measures the inflation rate. So on Tuesday 12:30 p.m. we have CPI data being released. So we have the year over year and then the month over month, and then we have the core CPI. For this moment, I'm expecting from the data that we have over here, my main focus is on the core one, because I know that basically inflation is the rate at which prices of goods and services on the consumer side increases over time. Okay, so looking at the data that we have over here, we have the forecasted figure for core CPI to be 0.3, and we had a previous figure to be 0.2, so which means economists are actually expecting a higher inflation rate, which could be very, very bad for the US dollar. So which means that they're actually foreseeing a potential buying opportunity, buy more buys on gold, looking at just the forecasted figure that we have over here. All right, and we have the month on month. We have a month on month, which is I think 0.6, and then the year on year, which is 3.7 as compared to the previous figure of 3.3. So we have two of these fundamentals going against the dollar, and then the middle one actually going for the dollar. So we just wait for the actual data to be released. So these figures that we have over here, the 0.3, the 0.6, and the 3.7 are actually speculated figures. They are actually not real. It is actually estimated figures, what they are expecting based on how well the US economy has performed over time. All right, so just as we are actually speculating on the market, we are speculating on price movement and all that. That's the same way economists also speculate on the US government as well, and how the economy is actually going to perform. All right, so with this data, we can actually tell that clearly they are going to the inflation rate could be quite high, and it might not be good news for the US dollar. All right, so that will be it for Tuesday, and on Wednesday we also have the producer price index, which is the PPI, also at 12:30 p.m. This is also a major news, so you can also keep an eye on that at 12:30. And then finally on Thursday, we have core retail sales month on month and the retail sales month on month. All right, so this is also another major fundamental that we should also keep an eye on and also have in mind. Okay, and then lastly on Friday, we don't really have major fundamentals, so nothing much going on Friday. So the major fundamental that's going to be released, we have on Tuesday, we have CPI, and then we have on Wednesday, which is PPI, and then also on Thursday we have core retail sales. All right, so the whole week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Monday and Friday, there's nothing major happening on the economic calendar. So with that said, let's move straight to the chart, and then we can have a technical view or technical outlook of the chart. So obviously, like I said earlier, I trade only gold, so I'll be keeping an eye, or I'll be breaking down the gold chart first. All right, so looking at this is the daily time frame on gold. This is the daily time frame on gold, and something interesting happened last Friday. That was on NFP. I was expecting price to push all the way to the upside to 48.40 at least, but it didn't happen. So we had gold ranging around what's the price, 47.57 to 46.68 to 46.68. So let's see if this time around we are going to have gold pushing all the way to the upside. And why am I saying that? You can see clearly on the daily time frame there was a major demand over here. There was a major demand here. Let me mark it out. Let me clear all this. Let me keep this too. There was a major demand over here. All right, All right. So first and foremost, right from this direction, we had gold has been clearly, bullish for some time now, and we have price ranging around this area. Okay, so we have been trading in and out of these zones for quite some time now, and here lies the case where from this strong major demand we had price forming equal lows over here, right? And price broke out of this area too. There's also another strong area of demand. All right, and we see clearly that price has been trying to break out, and finally the previous daily candle, or the daily candle on Friday, clearly shows you know a closure above the level. All right, a closure above the level, so which means that there could be more bullish reactions, and that also could mean that fundamentally, to just as these economists predicted or speculated over the US economy, that inflation rate could be high, it is also reflecting on the gold chart technically too as well. Just looking at the gold chart on the daily time frame. All right. So clearly, as I can see, if price had closed below this zone, we could have price coming back into the lows. But clearly, we can see that this zone is still strong. The buyers are still active around this zone here. We already had, a hammer pattern. We could literally mean a reversal pattern on both sides, because it actually reacted from another supply zone somewhere around here. All right. So which means we didn't know which direction that gold was actually going out for. And I was expecting NFP to give us a clear direction, but this was one of the slowest unpredictable NFP that I have actually witnessed. Right. But we move on to, the coming days, more opportunities that are coming in within the week. Okay. So like I said, clearly we have a bullish candle here that has closed above this one and also resting perfectly on the demand zone. So which means that clearly this is a clear bullish trend, or the bulls are active in the market, and we could have more bullish pressure setting in on gold. All right. And if you're also looking at things from using market structure too, you can see that this was a clear downtrend over here, forming series of lower highs and lower lows. We had equal lows being formed, price breaking above this zone and then closing above the zone here. All right, so if I should move this over here, we are going to see something like this, and this is also another indication of a potential bullish structure. And those who actually trade with chart patterns too, we can also see that we have an potential inverse head and shoulder pattern that has also been formed here as well. So technically, fundamentally, they are all coinciding that clearly gold could be pushing all the way to the upside right from here. So all we need to do is look out for a very good opportunity or a good entry, then we can scale in. All right, but however, looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that gold has still been ranging around this area. So we had NFP coming in, pushing price all the way to the next resistance zone, and price rejecting all the way back into the zone. So which means that we are still ranging, but if there could be any possibility where we are to pick any bias at all, although from the lower time frame we are still seeing a ranging market, I will still go in for buying opportunities on gold. I'll be looking out for buying opportunities on gold, even though on the 4 hour it still looks very, very sketchy and there hasn't really been any clear direction just yet. All right, so my first point of interest would be possible retest of this zone, because price has reacted from the supply zone on the 4 hour. So when you check on the 4 hour, let's go back to the 4 hour and see. when you check on the 4 hour, you can see the price has still reacted from the supply zone, so which means that there could be some reactions back into the demand area here, and then possibly have more bullish pressure setting in once it taps into the demand zone. And if you've been following me for some time now, you know that I trade from zone to zones, so I'll rather wait for price to get into the zone and then look out for confirmations before I get in any trade. However, we can also have this area of demand where price could also push all the way to break out of this zone and then react to all the way back into this area before the potential push to the upside can actually happen. So I'm keeping an eye on two different zones here because I'm looking for buying opportunities. I am looking for two major demand levels where gold could actually buy from. Obviously, I'm not interested in what is happening in between the zone here because I wouldn't know which direction the price would actually go. So I'll stay out of this noise over here and rather wait for price to get into a more structured or a more clearer zone. Give me a clearer confirmation, then I can get in. And the first zone I'll be looking out for will be for the 671 area here, which price has been playing in and out. And in case price decides to break out, obviously we'll be looking out for selling opportunities because we are day traders. And although I've mentioned that my bias would be looking for buys, price coming all the way to this demand area doesn't mean I have to just sit and watch without taking advantage of the retracement that can happen. So in case that price decides to break out of this zone, then this area now becomes a potential resistance on a temporal basis because price could be heading towards this area for a third touch of this zone and then possibly push all the way to the highs that we can see over here. All right, so my key area that I'll be looking out for would be this area around 46.71, and then also secondly around 45.66. so this will be my second zone that I'll be looking out for buys. Any other thing that happens, I'll look at things on structure basis and then I will just adjust my bias based on whatever price gives me during the day. But if price actually gets into this zone and gives us a bullish reaction around this area, then we will definitely get in for buys. We will definitely get in for buys. Are we okay? Any questions, guys? NFP last week was nothing close to expect. Oh, yeah. We actually traded NFP live last Friday, and trust me, it was very boring. It was very boring. It was very boring. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? Any questions for me, please? Before I proceed to the next currency pair. Any questions for me? Just stay focused. You're welcome. Any questions for me? Alright, so if there are no questions, then let's move to BTC. Alright, so last Friday we analyzed BTC and we saw clearly that price actually took off just like I expected. Just as expected, you see that price, we had a strong bullish trend, price moving series of higher highs and higher lows. We had a breakout of this higher high, so we're waiting for a potential higher low and then a retest of the zone, and then we picked an entry from there. All right, so currently the trade was still running around close to 200 pips, and I think I dropped the setup in the community as well. So if you are not part of the community, please visit my look at visit the link in my bio and then join my free Telegram community. I dropped this BTC setup on or in the community last Friday, and currently we are doing close to 180 pips. Some of us here actually took the trade. Congratulations to you. All right, so moving on, I am still expecting the bullish pressure to continue. We have a higher high formed here, we have a higher low, so obviously there could be a potential higher high to be formed. All right, so our first target, we can target the higher high area here, which will give us a whopping 280 pips. And if the bullish pressure is still strong, it's going to break out of this resistance or higher high here and then continue all the way to the upside. So I actually predicted last 2 weeks that BTC could get into 83,000 zone again, possibly. And clearly, as you can see, things technically, it is actually doing that as expected. All right, so nothing much on BTC. So let's look at, I think, GU. I think this is where most of you guys actually was expecting some opportunities too. So we also analyzed GBP USD, but right after NFP data, it was very noisy. I didn't really see anything clear, but let's see. Maybe, yeah. So on GU, the same thing like I expect. I was expecting clear bullish trend to the upside. Clear bullish trend on the upside. D, I see you. Thank you for sharing the live. Clear bullish trend. So we had a breakout. So let's look at things from this side. Let's look at things for the sake of those who were not with us last Friday. So we see that on GU, on the most recent structure on the daily time frame, we see a bearish trend, price moving series of lower highs and lower lows, right? Steady that bearish trend. Then something interesting started happening here, where price started forming equal lows, which was a signal or an indication of a depletion of this bearish trend. So with this, we had a breakout of this lower high, price coming all the way back to retest the lower low, to retest the lower high here, and then we see a strong bullish candle indicating that GBP USD is in to go high. All right, so as you can see clearly, we had a breakout, we had a retest, and then we had a push. So at the time that I was analyzing, this candle had already been formed. So I was trying my possible best to get maybe a second entry, then we can get in. So I had marked this area where possibly I was expecting the price to give us a second test, then a potential push to the upside. But clearly, as you can see, it didn't really come close to this demand area. So price has tested, formed, it actually first formed this higher high, tested it, came down, tested this for the third time, came back down, and then for this fourth time, I am expecting price to potentially break. So I strongly believe that the more price or a level gets tested, the weaker it actually becomes. So we have a first test, we have a second test, we have a third test, and this time around when market opens, I would be expecting price to break out of this zone and then head over to the next area, which would be somewhere around this zone, 1.38500, 1.385. All right, so I'm also bullish on GBP USD, and also as you can see clearly, it is even indicating a weakness in the US dollar in advance, because we know that the CPI data would be released on Tuesday. Structure wise, we are seeing signs of a depletion, a weakness in the US dollar, a potential weakness in the US dollar. Let me use that word, potential weakness, because anything can happen when it comes to fundamentals. All right, and I think we also analyze GU as well. Sorry, GA, GBP AUD as well. GBP AUD, I was also looking for buys, and it has been very sketchy. I think it also has a similar setup as the GU, this time around we have price tapping into this demand here. On the left hand side, we can see that we had a steady downtrend. Price tapped into this demand, pushed up. I have a second tap of this demand, and I am expecting a potential push back to the upside somewhere around 1.8900 from 1.87800, right? So on the 4-hour, nothing much on the daily, so let's move to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, I see potential, equal lows that has been formed here. So like I was expecting, just like the arrow has been drawn, I was expecting a breakout, a retest, and a pushback to the zone, all price coming back into this area of demand for a second test, and then a push all the way back to the upside. Hello, Abba. All right, so any other questions, guys? If you want me to analyze any instrument or currency pair, commodity, whatever, kindly type it in the comment section, then we can have a quick look at it and we can wrap it up for the evening. Any more questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? If you want me to train you, please send me a DM. Kwekunobu, if you want me to train you, send me a DM. If you want me to train you, send me a DM. Let's talk. I don't know. I don't know the person, please. Do we move SL to break even? Yeah, at this point, you see, BTC can be very, very funny. But if you want to run the trade without risk, then maybe it's much better that you you run the trade or at break even. You run the trade at break even. Abba. Are you Jasmira's sister? Yeah, so Grant, you can run the trade at break even. Let me keep an eye on it and see, because I doubt that gold NFP I said NFP, sorry. I doubt that BTC would come and test the zone again, but I mean, this is BTC we are talking about, so yeah, this is BTC that we are talking about. This is BTC that we are talking about. So Grant, kindly but the SL is just 53 pips, so I think you should maintain the SL. Okay, Prissy, what's good? Yeah, so Grant, you can maintain the SL. Okay, Grant, you can maintain the SL. Yeah, maintain the SL, because we had a very good risk to reward. We had a very good SL, right? All right, so quick recap. I am bullish on gold, so I'll be expecting price at this zone. First zone will be around 46.76, and then the second zone will be around 45.68. But I am expecting that gold would react from the first zone so that we can get in early. Okay, so maybe when market opens, it might still be playing around in between the levels that we have over here, and then possibly break out from the zone. Any other thing at all, whatever the market will want to do, we leave it and still position ourselves very well for the coming days. And then also, we also have the trade on BTC running from Friday. Grant is still holding her trade, so I'm pretty sure that BTC would, or Bitcoin would be pushing all the way to the upside. Would still be pushing all the way to the upside. GBP USD is quite slow, so I might be expecting a breakout of this zone, then a quick retest and a continuation back to the upside. And then GBP AUD also very very sketchy, nothing real here. So expecting a push up retest or a quick test of this for our demand zone, then a potential push back to the upside. All right. So any more questions? If there are no questions, then we might be wrapping up for the week, for the weekly outlook, and we'll be going off very very soon. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any suggestions? Or do you need me to break down the chart too for you? I'm going to do that. If you want me to break down any of the chart for you, let me know in the comment section and we can do that. Oh, Abba, yeah. And I remember you. DTS. Well, what is DTS, G Lamp? What is DTS? What is DTS, G Lamp? Donald Trump strategy. The strategy for Donald Trump is patience. Because if you rush like the way the market has been moving, you crash. Yeah, that's the strategy. Yeah, it's patience. It's actually patience. Yeah, so you need to be very, very patient. Yeah, you need to be very, very patient when it comes to the market. So CPI will definitely go on live 1 hour before the data will be released. So we will definitely go on live on CPI. So around 11:30 a.m. GMT, we would come on live and analyze CPI together. So I'm telling you guys at hand, please, if you know you are not ready to take a risk, don't join the live because anything can happen. If you know you don't want to risk, anything can happen. CPI is very, very volatile. It's one of the major fundamentals that you can think of aside NFP. Right now, NFP has become very, very slow. NFP has become very, very, very slow. So I'm expecting CPI not to disappoint us. We make some quick bucks, then we get out of the market. But mind you, we are not going to be gambling though. We'll be looking at the chart steadily around our key zones, price gets for the key zones, then we execute accordingly. All right. Also watch out for other developments that are actually coming up in a few days. I'll be announcing that very, very soon. I'm still working on things behind the scenes, so when it's finally ready, I would announce that as well. And I think it will be something that if you are interested in trading and you are interested in making money from the market, it's something that you would want to see. Oh, right. So keep an eye on that. It's still in the pipeline. I would announce it when it's ready. I'll announce it when it's ready. So if you haven't joined my Telegram community, please get on my profile. There's a link in my profile. Kindly tap on the link and enjoy my Telegram community. I share most of the updates over there. over there in my Telegram community. So please, if you don't want to miss out on any update from me, kindly head over to my profile. There's a link in my bio. Just tap on the link and enjoy my Telegram community. Obviously, if you don't have the Telegram app, you are not going to be able to join. You won't be able to join. So please, if you are new, you don't know anything about trading at all, at least you download the Telegram app. There are some information and content over there that can benefit you even as a trader or a total newbie who doesn't know anything about forex. All right, so when you join the Telegram community, there are pinned messages over there. Tap on the pinned messages, read through the pinned messages. There are content over there that is going to help you. I have free beginners content over there. If you are interested in getting into trading, there are contents there that you can have a look at on in the channel and some of my YouTube channel as well. All right, so you can have a look at that and get started, learn something. All right, we start this whole journey by learning before you can actually start thinking of making money. Are we okay? Are we okay? Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Dilamb, you should give me a setup for CPI. Dilamb, you should give me a setup for CPI. What do you think? And Grant should also give me a setup for CPI. Are you guys there? Or you guys have left me? Are you guys there? I like the energy. Why are you saying Wahala, raw pips? Why are you saying Wahala? Raw pips, why are you saying Wahala? Because you see people disappearing. Yeah, because I'm almost done with the breakdown. We'll come prepared on Tuesday. That's the energy I'm expecting from you. That's the energy I'm expecting from you. All right. It's been an amazing evening. Thank you guys so much. Noah, I see you. Obed, God lover. YP, I see you. G-Lamp, thank you so much for joining. Rob Pips, thank you so much. Grant, thank you. These are the few of the names that I see visibly. D, I see you. Thank you so much for sharing the live, tapping on the screen endlessly for me. I'm so grateful. Abba, if you are there, I see you. And then Ikuya, thank you for joining as well. Thank you for joining as well. All right, so if there are no questions, there are no contributions, I'd like to end the session for now. And I'll see you, God willing, on Tuesday as we trade CPI live on TikTok. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. See you soon.